Federal projects report. Federal projects. Food service report.
No report.
Curriculum and instruction committee report.
I want to ask for your approval, for me to be able to move forward to purchase the Artstown Mass program that I talked to you about last week, which is that amount that I gave you earlier, the $39,467.50. That will be for our K-8 Artstown Mass program. That will be the materials and training for that.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Ward, do we have a second? Boone, any further discussion? Just a question.
And what other school systems, do we have any local school systems around here that has used that program that you know of?
Yes, but because you're all.
Okay. No. But there is some local school
There are
systems
local-
surrounding
yes,
that it's
local
proven
systems.
and it's got a track record and it's good.
And I'm sorry that I should have that right here. I can get to you right after the meeting, sitting over there, sorry.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, now, last, at the workshop, Mr. McLean mentioned that he's going to request, an addition to our attendance policy. It's my understanding you have this at your stations also. It was where we have not included in the policy, if you look on page 2, has everybody found this? It's my understanding the only change is, would you highlight them on the yellow? Where it says absences excluded by parent calling will be limited to 2 per school year. It's my understanding last year they had 3 per semester, 3 second, 6 total.
That starts after we approve this stuff.
As soon as it's approved.
But if anybody's messed up to this point, it's excluded. It starts,
Just be allowed to have 2 per
you
year.
know, during our workshop, we talked about it would start, to be fair to everybody, it would start from tomorrow.
We should probably retroactive, make it official as of now. If this starts immediately, we have to have somebody make a motion.
So you're gonna have to make a motion to make it as a one reading only.
Yeah.
The
And
only
then,
way you make it now.
and then, of course, we could retroactively go from this forward, and do the, two.
We're not gonna penalize people who's been absent up to this point. It would start after the fact.
After approval.
Yeah, that's 2 total. And, let me say this, talked to 2 superintendents today that was in a meeting with, they're doing, the same policy versus zero. So, you know, we are giving a little bit of leeway here with 2.
Okay.
That's
How
what we-
will we notify parents to let them know?
As soon as you all, if you approve the policy tonight, I will send it to principals tomorrow for them to start dispersing that to their students and parents.
Just think we need to do a really good job at communicating this, since we didn't do it at the very beginning of the school year.
I could do one call if you all prefer for me to do one.
I just hope that the one call is sufficient enough. It's almost like parents need a form and they need to sign it, knowing that they know it. Because, I mean, this is a pretty big deal in the middle of the year.
Do we need to implement it this quick? Could we vote on it to accept it and give ourselves some grace period of time to reach out to the parents, make sure they get the information?
You put it on the school websites and the social media will get going, I guarantee you there won't be a person not know about it before tomorrow's over
Well,
with.
Murphy's Law is alive and well. The first time that there's a kid out there with a problem, the parents will say we didn't know about it. So should we give?
We can send it.
I agree, you need to have something signed.
Do the 2
I think
readings.
it's fair, it needs to be signed something.
I agree.
What would be the
Yes.
Brandon, principals?
Send a letter home, we'll send a letter home, each school send a letter home with every student. Ask them to have the parents sign it and send it back. Parent teacher conferences are kicking out, probably with about everybody coming up this next week or so, if they haven't already had one.
I say do it second semester. Count the first semester with what we've got, because some people already have called in and used their call-ins, they're through. And if somebody has not this first half, it's unfair to them. I say after Christmas, start it with the new policy, but
For the second semester, give us time to.
give everybody time.
We got two issues, I see.
It's not very much.
Second semester.
Yeah.
You vote for that?
The first issue we talked about at the beginning was we have to waive tonight, so we won't have to do that, we'll just vote on it tonight and next month as well. And then, okay. So, the consensus will do it second half of the year, second. Is that good? So, yeah, we'll need to make a motion to approve and start it second half of the year, second semester.
Could you state the motion so we all know what?
We'll have to wait, once you approve that second reading on the policy, it's gonna be policy. Right then, like, we can't put in the policy, this begins on this day. So your policy will be effective the day that you approve it.
So we will not approve this
So
until.
you probably don't wanna do your second, you probably don't wanna do that until closer to your second.
December.
But you can get the information out so they know what's
But
happening.
you probably could start notifying parents.
Sure, I think
Do
that's
a
the
first
best thing.
reading, and once you have your first reading, go ahead and notify your parents, that
What's gonna be
what's
happening.
happening. That's a very good idea.
Again, could you state the motion?
I'm pretty lost in the motion, what's the motion?
I make the motion that the attendance policy, that we have the second reading in December.
Approve it first reading today.
Second reading in December.
So the motion to approve today, for the second reading in December. So we have a second on that. I'll second. Any further discussion? Everybody clear? Clear as mud? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll approve tonight. Second approval of reading will be in December. Other committee reports. Other committees? Old business. Old business. New business. Mr. Wood.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Still on? Now it's on. Okay, I know if you don't know who I am, I'm Patty Woodby, and I'm not gonna be coming as a commissioner tonight. I'm coming to represent, I'm the administrative assistant at the circuit court clerk's office here in Carter County. And we are responsible for the circuit, criminal, general sessions, and juvenile courts. We process all paperwork and prepare all the dockets for each court. And I have always said that our office sees the good and the very bad of this county, and that's what brought me here this evening. I would like to share an idea that I have for integrating the judicial system into our schools. I've often thought, how can I use the resources that are available to me to put them to work for the kids in our community? Then it came to me, what if I could put a panel of people who are members of our community and the judicial system that know our community best? They could come into our schools and educate our kids about consequences of wrong choices and make them aware of the penalties that come with those wrong choices. Choices that take away all the hard work our teachers, principals, and other school staff work so hard to achieve daily. We teach our kids, go to school, make good grades, pass the test, and be a good student. But what we do not teach is is that when you make all those right choices and work hard, that it can all be taken away with one bad choice. And that bad choice is when you are charged with a criminal offense. Crimes that some of these kids do not realize are even crimes. I've enclosed a little flyer, I don't know if it was in the packets. I have an 18-year-old daughter who's a senior at Hampton High School. She turned 18 at the beginning of her senior year, and as many of our seniors in our county do. At 18, the law considers them an adult, and even though many of them do not realize the responsibilities that come with this age, and what I want for her is what I want for all the youth in our county, success and opportunity for their futures. I know we have all said it won't happen to my kid. My kid has made all the right choices. My kid comes from a great family. My kid is a straight A student. My kid has a great group of friends. My kid has never been late for curfew, or my kid is staying all night where they say they are. Then the dreaded 3 a.m. phone call happens, and the other end of the voice, at the other end is that voice saying, "Mom, Dad, I need you to come and get me." And then a life-changing moment occurs, and that kid's path is altered in a way that nobody could have predicted. We must educate not only about what's right, but about what's wrong and against the law. So, I have asked 5 individuals to participate in a panel as an educational forum on consequences of bad decision. I chose each one of these individuals based on individual characteristics that stand out to me, whether it be in the courtroom or in the community. They are members of our community. They are moms, dads, uncles, aunts, and nephews. They are people that are dedicated to helping our youth. I see this as an opportunity to make an impact in our schools and an opportunity to network to bridge the gap between our youth and the judicial system. If we can educate one kid on making better choices and stay their path to success, whether it be college, trade school, or working in the family business, I think it will be well worth it. So the panel that I have put together is, and these people will participate: Judge Stacey Street, Judge Lisa Ross, Defense Attorney Steve Penny, which was a former Assistant District Attorney, Attorney Ryan Curtis, and Melanie Sellers from the Public Defender's Office. Oh, and they have agreed to come into the school system and teach and educate on things that we just don't talk about, that we don't teach our kids, that, you know, one wrong move, it ruins you. And we're seeing it in the court system right now. We're seeing our 18, 19, and 20-year-olds making really bad mistakes. We're trying to help them, and they don't even realize their crimes. And it takes away everything from them. That crime can take away all the years that this faculty has put forth to them, and all the time that you dedicated, all the money, one wrong choice, and it's gone. So that's kind of what I spoke with Dr. Ward about. They're putting a schedule together to come into the schools. A PowerPoint has been put together, and it will be an opportunity for questions and answers, and each individual on this panel will give a personal experience through the court system that they have experienced.
When will these sessions be held? During the day or in the evenings after school? When?
I think during school.
Yeah, we talked, I think that the principal will be contacted, the principal will look at the schedule and work with Patty, hopefully we'll talk to Patty.
They're currently trying to get some days together where they're all available, because you do have both criminal court judges, and they're very excited about doing it. They are glad to have the opportunity to do it. So, I think it used to be taboo to talk about crime and drugs, but I think it's here now, and I think it's, you know, we've got to educate about it.
You speak for the high school, or you gonna do some 8th grade, or?
I think what we talked in terms of 8th or freshmen, or I guess, those two groups, maybe start with the freshmen, as a group. And I think in terms of talking and being able to coordinate this, once she gets the schedule of these 5 people.
I'm gonna coordinate the schedule with them, yeah.
And then she'll work with us, and we'll work with her to get it coordinated with our schools. These people go out and keep that Mississippi.
They will come in as a panel, they will come in as a group of 5. And it is also, they have thought, and Dr. Ward and I thought, they would come up with questions that we would think that kids would not ask. We'll give it to the principals for the principals to ask the questions, to kind of open up maybe a little forum about what's going on. The PowerPoint that's being put together is excellent. You're going from vaping to sexting to anything that you don't think that kids think can they get in trouble for. You know, we had a valedictorian from one of the high schools graduate in May, come to the court system in June over something so silly but it almost ruined him. Because he didn't know. He didn't know he couldn't do that, didn't know there was a crime against it. And when they come to the court system, I truly try to help them. I truly try to find an attorney to represent them and just get them out from underneath it, because you're looking at 1129 probation. Once you open that door up to probation, you may never close that door again. It's a revolving door. It's fees and costs, and these kids cannot pay.
How long do you think each session would be in the school? 1 hour, 2 hours?
Once they get them set down and begin the actual session, they don't wanna do more than 20 to 25 minutes. Because they know that keeping their attention may be hard to do.
We need to make a move on this.
This is a program that I could, work on.
Yeah, we just wanted to kind of give out guys an idea. Kind of what the court system's seeing is, you know, I done a report on it from 2018, January 2018 to current. We've probably seen about 175 kids come through misdemeanor in the county from 18 to 20 years old. And these are Carter County kids.
I'd still like first presentation this year, I'd like to see that in a moment.
Yeah, they're currently putting together the PowerPoint right now, all entities involved, they're working on the PowerPoint. And like I said, these are members of our community, they live here, they work here, they raise their kids here.
Can you maybe film it, that way we can have access to
Yeah.
seeing it? After the fact.
I can email the PowerPoint out to everyone once they hand
I mean,
it.
I was talking about, you know, when you
Yeah,
do it.
when we
That
do
way
the
we can
first
see
one.
how they interact with it, have to see how they think about it, because that's, you know, that's the ultimate goal, is to make sure the kids understand
Well,
why
and-
we're there.
Too, if you save one kid from making the wrong decision, then to me it's worth it, because what we do a lot of times in this area, we put together programs, we have recovery soldiers, we have the drug court, we do everything on the rear end. Why are we not doing anything on the front end? The taxpayers pay for the rear end, why can we not put it on the front end?
And one thing about it, if you film it, you'll have it as a
Yeah.
tool you can use later down the road.
Yeah.
Different classes, or, you know, us, or whomever. But I want to thank you for your hard work.
Yeah, these group of individuals that I chose, and they're very happy to get on board. I think we're just trying to work out a few days that they're all 5 available at one time. And they're very respected and knowledgeable, as you can tell, they drive to the street. And they're excited to do it.
Let's go ahead and say right now, we'll target the freshman group, and,
Okay.
as soon as you get the dates, you can pass those on to Amanda and myself, and then she can send them out to the board, and we'll know when these sessions or these, programs will take place.
They're working on them right now, they're trying to get some dates, and they're putting together the finishing touches on the PowerPoint.
Abby called me up, she said, I had a dream, she had this.
It did, come to me, I thought, how can I use the people that I respect, integrate them into the schools?
I think it's a great idea.
And I think it'll be very helpful, even with my daughter, and I go over the list of crimes and things you can get in trouble for, she says, how can that be a crime? I didn't even know you could get in trouble for that. And yes, you can.
I hear that.
And there's a lot of funding that you can lose for criminal offenses. The FAFSA, the federal funding, a lot of that you can lose if you charge the crime. That runs them right there.